everybody and welcome back to a new video. Today I'm going to be reviewing 5 films, and they're 5 kind of just very random films, and this is something I'm hoping to do throughout 2017, and I'm going to be calling the video series Thoughts on Films, just as it is, and this will be 1 to 5, so I'm talking about, like I say, 5 films. And you might think, oh, I probably just thought of this now. I actually thought of this last year, and I've only now just watched 5 films that fit into the category. So basically, what kind of films will be in these videos will just be kind of very, not Monday Movie Hunt films, not films that I've watched for another video series, say I love that film films, not any other things. So anything I've talked about in another video, obviously they won't be in here. So these are just going to be random films that I've watched for just a purpose of watching the film. Hopefully that makes sense. So they're all kind of mixes of genres, mixes of release years, and all fun stuff. So the first film that was a random film that I watched this year was Effie Gray. This is directed by Emma Thompson, and I think Emma Thompson is fantastic and I love her. So I was really interested to see it. Of course, Emma Thompson also stars in this, but we also have Dakota Fanning starring in this as well. And I think she's brilliant too. I really like her, and I followed a lot of her younger work. I used to watch loads of things of her in, but I kind of lost track a little bit during her teenage years, but I've still seen a good amount of her films. This film, however, I have kind of high expectations for. I knew I wanted to be in a certain mood to watch it because it's kind of like a period drama, and then I was in that correct mood. I think if I wouldn't have been, I wouldn't have been able to follow through the whole thing. But I just found it a bit meh. The thing I have to admit is that I watched this one, I think, in the beginning of February, so it's been a while. Let me see, that's the problem, I can't even remember she marries a poet, an artist, but now I can't remember who it is, so this is, oh okay, John Ruskin? Maybe? You know, it's kind of he must be an artist, I'm sure. So basically, Effie Gray marries, let's say it's John Ruskin. If it's not, you can shout at me down below. And he's kind of just like a really terrible man. He's not nice, and he doesn't treat her well. And it's kind of just about their relationship and things that she deals with in the family. Emma Thompson was my favourite character in this, but it was kind of a bit bleak and depressing. I thought I was really going to enjoy it when it began. I was like, oh yeah. And then I kind of found it like, I don't know how to explain it, so I think I'll just move on. But, you know, I thought that there was a lot of good in it, but the plot was the thing that I didn't like. The acting was very good, costumes are fantastic, all those kind of things you would expect to be fantastic were. Emma Thompson was brilliant, Dakota Fanning did a great job acting as well, but it was kind of the plot for me that I just didn't work with. So I gave it 2.5 stars. Like I said, there were things I enjoyed, but there wasn't enough of what I enjoyed in it. Like, I would have loved to have seen more Emma Thompson. Like I say, her character was my favourite. She was very likeable and you just liked her character. I really wanted more of her, and there was a lot of characters that you didn't like in this film, and I felt like that kind of made it, I don't know, it kind of tainted the experience a little bit. So yes, that's Effie Gray. The next one that I watched was Jack Reacher with Tom Cruise. This movie I've had for the longest time, and I never got around to watching it. I always went to watch it, and then of course when the second one was coming out, I thought, right, now's the time I'll watch this one. It also has Rosamund Pike in, who I think is fantastic. I really love her. I've not really seen her in anything that I didn't like. And I loved Rosamund Pike's character in this, and I really liked Tom Cruise in this. I really, really enjoyed this film. I gave it 4 stars. I definitely want to watch it again, and I would definitely recommend that you watch it. However, if you guys follow my videos, you'll know I watched the second one and I didn't enjoy that one. But this one, I think it can stand alone just fine, and I think it's a great film to watch. It did drag in parts, but where it started to slow down, and I was thinking, oh, it's kind of slowing down now, it would then pick back up and it would do something funny, but oh, okay. So it kind of did itself well. When I was starting to think, it then brought it back. So yeah, I really, really enjoyed it. Definitely will watch this one again. I gave it 4 stars. Now, my favourite film of the whole bunch is The Lost Boys. Now, this is kind of cool because look, it's in one of these really old DVD cases, and obviously originally it was $12.99 and this little old sticker, and I bought this used from somewhere years ago. And obviously The Lost Boys is an 80s classic film. I'd never seen it, and I always put off watching it because of the vampire thing. I kind of always thought, I don't really think I'm into it. And then Josh has really wanted to watch this film, and he said, please, please, please come watch it. Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, and I kept saying no, 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 no. And then one night he was like, look, can we please watch The Lost Boys? And I was like, okay, fine. Fine, we can watch it. And instantly, from when it started, I knew I enjoyed the film. I was so glad that I'd said yes and decided to go ahead and watch it. I love this film. I gave it 4.5 stars. Maybe if I watch it again, I might even give it a 5, just because it had so much 80s just goodness. I really do love a lot of 80s films, even though I grew up in the 90s, not the 80s, but still I watched a lot of 80s films during that time of the 90s and then the early 2000s. You know, I've just watched 80s films throughout, and I loved that. It felt great to see a new 80s film, because a lot of the ones that I really enjoy I've watched over and over and over and over again, like Beetlejuice, Big. Is Edward Scissorhands 80s or 90s? I feel like it might be 90s, I really don't know. Oh, speaking of Edward Scissorhands, I think that's why it's in my brain. The mum in this is the mum in Edward Scissorhands, and I love her and she's brilliant. And I was like, oh, I recognise her, and I was like, aha, Edward Scissorhands. It was great, and there's a guy from the Goonies in this, and there's just all people, and the music's fantastic, and I really, really enjoyed the film, and I would definitely recommend you check this one out if you haven't. I've been thinking about whether to watch the second one, but I've heard it's not very good, so I might just try and stick with this one. But I really loved it. My favourite film of the 5, the one I would most recommend, and I can't wait to rewatch this film. I really, really loved it. So that's The Lost Boys. The next one I watched was Micmacs, which is a French film by, I'm going to really butcher this, Jean-Pierre Jeunet, who did Amélie, so you'll know who I mean now. This was really weird and quirky, but I felt like it was very different than what I'd expected it to be. It was kind of a heist movie, almost, and it was really visually fantastic. I really loved everyone's little quirks. Basically, these people have kind of all different little quirks, all come together, just like a misfits joined together to do a certain thing. But I feel like I kind of got lost along the way a little bit about what they were trying to achieve. I don't know whether it's because I was trying to look at the cinematography and then read the subtitles and things like that. I usually find I can read the subtitles without thinking about it. But as with Amélie as well, I found that it looked so great. Sometimes I ended up missing parts because I was looking at it like, oh wow. I don't know, it's weird. Like I did the same thing with Amélie, and I kind of feel like on a second time watch I'll enjoy Amélie more, and on a second time watch of this one I will get the plot more. That was kind of where I was at. But I really, really enjoyed it. I definitely would recommend it if you are a fan of. The final film that I have for you today is Ouija Origin of Evil. This was sent to me by Trig Josh, so I want to say thank you so much to him for sending me this film. I really enjoyed this. Now, first of all, let me just mention, I haven't seen... yeah, I see what I'm doing. I see what happened. Sorry. I haven't seen Ouija, the first one. I've heard that that one's not very good, and that this one you can watch without that one, as it's a prequel and it doesn't matter. So I was like, you know what, I'll just go ahead and watch this one, and I really enjoyed it. I was so glad that I enjoyed this, because people always think that I don't like horror films, and that's not the case. Actually, for like a few years of my life, I loved watching all horror films. Like, they were one of my favourite genres at a certain point. And then I kind of found that with newer horror films that were coming out, they weren't, I just kind of was always disappointed in them. I don't know, I just was like, oh, it's the same, or oh, that happens. I just kept being disappointed with like some newer horror films. I'm sure like you all know, I mean, like, it's a lot of, I feel like it's the genre that I can't rely on. Like, I'm always like, is this going to be any good, is it not? Whereas I think like recently, you know, the past few years, there have been some coming out that either A, I'm really interested in, or B, I've actually really enjoyed. So I do think it's picking up, but I think we had a spot somewhere that it was a bit, you couldn't be sure. But this one, I thought it did it really well. I really liked the beginning, I really liked how they set things up. I really liked that the family were already into kind of paranormal stuff. I thought that was brilliant. I thought the way that it was shot and how everything looked was really, I just loved that. Definitely one of my favourite things about the film was the house and the aesthetic of the house and the time period that this was set during. The little kid in this one, I thought she was brilliant. She was really creepy. She was really good. And the older sister I really liked as well. She was in Captain Fantastic and Oculus, and I think she's great as well. The thing that I really liked about this film that maybe I find that is missing from maybe other horror films is that I really felt like I got to know the characters. Like I say, the mother character, I felt like I really liked her and I really understood her well. And also the priest in this movie, I felt like I really liked him. And when you say priest, you're going to think one thing and it's not that. He just happens to be a priest. It's just something that I really liked. It didn't kind of go overly typical. I also really liked the unraveling of the story and kind of the tale behind the reasonings of what goes on in the film. I felt like that was really good. So yeah, I really enjoyed this film. I get 4 stars. I would recommend it if you enjoy this type of things. I think it was definitely a good watch. Like I say, I think visually it was really great and it created a great atmosphere, and I liked it from the get-go. And so I think that's a good thing, and it's one that I would watch again as well. So yeah, that's Ouija Origin of Evil. So those are the 5 that I watched so far this year. So not off to the best start, but yeah, I will be doing these throughout the year, just 5 random films and just reviewing them for you, sharing some little thoughts. Of course, out of these ones, the one I'd recommend most is The Lost Boys. I thought it was really fantastic and I loved it. But yeah, let me know in the comments below if you've seen any of these. If you have any film recommendations, you can put them down below so I can look them up. And yeah, until then, I'll see you guys next time. Thumbs up if you enjoyed these videos. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, or if you're a newbie. I'll see you then. Goodbye!